Hold up, and welcome back to another crazy banger. In today's video, I will be breaking down how I solo queue to the top 1% of Marvel Rivals ranked. Now, I've watched a lot of these videos, and most of them are filled with bullshit, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm going to give you 6 of the best tips that I have learned that brought me to GM1 in less than 3 weeks on the game. Be sure to like and subscribe. Facecam is coming at 500 subs, by the way. And let me know when you rank up from these tips. So now let's get right into the first tip. Alright, so the very first tip and the most important tip is that you have to become proficient in at least 2 classes. Either being DPS or tank or healer tank, whatever you want, but you need to be proficient in 2. Like this one is a must do. You cannot only play DPS, you cannot play only healer, and you especially cannot be a one trick, please. For me personally, I main tank and I fill healer. So I'd say about 1 every 4 games I'm playing healer, otherwise I'm typically playing Strange or some other tank. And being able to play multiple heroes in multiple classes is so important for being able to fill and making a team comp work. Tip number 2 is so easy and yet no one does it. It's literally just use your mic in game. And now you don't need to yap. Like if you want to, go for it, but all you need is simple comms. Literally just something like, focus their Strange, or I'm gonna use my healer ult first, or I'm walking, don't stagger, let's combo all, I'm getting fucked by a tickle monster, etc. Like saying these things just helps your team stay on the same page so we all know what we're doing and we're working together. It's a team game. And if someone is being toxic for whatever reason, like I've had people being toxic for me trying to comp, just mute them and just keep calming. Because you always have to remember, even if no one is speaking to you, they always hear you. So your comms are always valuable to the team no matter what. Tip number 3 is to try to fill instead of just insta-locking. Now this is a good rule of thumb to follow, especially if you're proficient in multiple characters in different roles. This one is kind of similar to the first one, but if you let your teammates play who they are comfortable with and you fill the gaps, it is going to make a much more compatible team that will flow better and will win you more games. And if you're trying to fill but all the heroes you know get taken, just hop on the mic and ask, like, hey, can someone switch with me? Like, I only play Cloak and Dagger and Invisible Woman. Like, can someone play Mantis or something like that? Most of the time they will. Fill more games than not, and you will just overall bring your win percentage up. And I highly recommend doing this in most games. This is what I did when I was struggling in Diamond, and it just pushed me up to GM right away. Tip number 4 is kind of a niche one, but it is, if you suck at positioning, then play 50 games of healer and quick play. And I'm being so serious. It may sound like it wouldn't do anything, but I play tank, and playing healer literally opened my eyes. Like when you play healer, you notice, when is your tank out of position? When is your DPS out of your line of sight? Like you can't heal them. Like when does your teammate overextend and die and leads to the other team taking control? Like when you play healer, you notice all these things so much more than when you're the one doing it, instead of blaming your healer. It's most of the time it's on you, not on the healer. And this also emphasizes the importance of survivability as well. If you are constantly dying on your team, you can't win with one healer, it won't work. And this is what I did, and it made me an infinitely better tank player, and it also gave me the ability to queue healer in rank. Tip number 5 is to control what you can control. And what I mean by this is you are just going to have bad teammates where you stand no chance. But you'll also have teammates where the other team stands no chance. And there will always be those 50-50 games where you have a chance to win and the other team has a chance to win. And these are the games where you have to lock in on your controllables. And what is a controllable, you ask? I'll tell you. If you're losing fights, reflect on why you're losing and change something. Choose the right hero for the matchup for the other team. If they're dive, switch Namor or Penny, or if they're using flying characters, use Hela or Punisher. Make sure you never die because of bad positioning. Learn from why you lose and adapt to it. And if you do that, you will win so many more games. You'll take your win percentage to like maybe 51 to high 50s just by winning these games. Focus on what you can control and you'll win more games, I promise. And the 6th and final tip is so simple, just watch pro players. Now I always give this tip in any game that people are trying to learn, because there's just so much learning that can be done from watching pros, especially in a hero shooter. And the beautiful thing about Marvel Rivals is you could just go to the leaderboards, find a top 500 player, click on their profile, and watch an entire game for whatever healer you want.
Nice.
And when you're watching, watch every action they do. You know, are they melee weaving? When do they push? When do they fall back? When do they ult? How do they use their abilities, etc.? Watch everything and just absorb it and try your best to implement it into your own game. Watching pros is seriously something I highly advise for anybody who cares about getting better, and it's so easy to do. Guys, if you learned something from this video, leave me a comment giving me feedback, and also like so I know you enjoyed the video. And remember, a face cam is coming at 500 subscribers, and also at 500 subscribers, I will be releasing a video that no one else has released on YouTube yet about Marvel Rivals. So subscribe for both of those things, and have a great day. Alright, cut the cameras, man.